It is a time when millions of Muslims around the world observe fasting from dawn until sunset. But beyond merely abstaining from food and drink, Ramadan is a time for reflection, spiritual growth, and community bonding. As the sun sets in Algeria, the air fills with the soothing sounds of Al-Adhan, the call to prayer, signaling the end of a day of fasting. Families come together to break their fast with iftar, typically starting with a sweet taste of dates and a refreshing glass of milk. The iftar meal in Algeria often includes a traditional soup such as shorba or harira, which warms the body and serves as an excellent way to ease into the eating after a long day without food. This helps in restoring energy levels as it prepares the body for the nutritious and filling dishes that follow. Iftar is not merely a meal. It is an experience woven into the fabric of Algerian life. Homes resonate with laughter and joy as families share stories and give thanks for their blessings. Neighbors often gather, exemplifying the strong community spirit that permeates this holy month. Algerians take pride in the opportunity to invite friends and even strangers into their homes, showcasing their generosity and hospitality. Ramadan nurtures a profound sense of spirituality among those who observe it. People dedicate time for prayers, particularly the Taraweeh prayers performed at night. The Quran is recited more frequently as families engage in meaningful discussions about its teachings. This is a time for self-reflection and personal growth, with many striving to cultivate greater empathy, kindness, and charity. For foreigners in Algeria during Ramadan, the experience can be both enlightening and enriching. Many expatriates find themselves welcomed into this vibrant cultural tapestry, often invited to partake in iftar gatherings. The hospitality they encounter transcends language and cultural barriers. Hilak Arnold, a U.S. teacher, he has been living in Algeria for 6 months and is experiencing Ramadan for the first time. Describe it as a unique month that weaves together gatherings with spirituality.
I live here in Algiers. I've lived here for 6 months and I teach English here. This is my first time being in Algeria for Ramadan, and my experience has been pretty amazing. Iftar is such a welcoming time. It's so fun to have that meal with your friends. I've tried fasting a few times. It was difficult, and it makes iftar a lot better. I'll say that. So when I have iftar with friends, I fast. And that's been really good. The closest thing would be Thanksgiving in America, which is a meal really centered around family. That it's a very special occasion, but nothing quite like Ramadan. You can really feel like the spirit of the country and spirituality throughout the whole month, which is something that we don't really have in America.
Many foreigners experiencing Ramadan for the first time in Algeria express appreciation for the charitable initiatives encouraged during this month, including restaurants known locally as Rahma restaurants for the needy and Abir Sabil restaurants, Arabic for passers-by restaurants. Karen Following, a British tourist visiting Algeria for the first time, praised the charitable spirit she witnessed during Ramadan, stating that it compelled her to reflect on the importance of gratitude and discipline in life.
Even as a visitor, I noticed a lot of the reflective and charitable aspects of Ramadan in the country, where people emphasized kindness a lot. There was so much generosity going around and giving to those in need, which I really, really loved to see that. Also, seeing this firsthand really made me reflect on like a lot of the gratitude that I should be showing in my life, and also discipline that I should incorporate into my life. I also gained like a greater appreciation for the spiritual significance of the month. It was interesting to see how others observed the fasting period. It gave me a deeper understanding of the dedication and discipline required to fast, and I learned a lot just by watching how people manage their daily routines while fasting.
For those newly experiencing Ramadan, it presents a unique opportunity to witness the beauty of a faith that emphasizes community, compassion, and reflection. The shared meals, communal prayers, and collective spirit create an inspiring atmosphere of unity. Christian, a French citizen, expressed how he attends iftars with Algerians frequently, enjoying the sense of community it fosters.
My name is Christian. I'm originally from France, but now we are based in the US, and that's where we raised our daughter. Just love our first day in Algeria. This time came here many years ago, but not during Ramadan. And it's just wonderful. We've been to an iftar yesterday. We're going to go to another iftar tonight to have this sense of community. And in France, I think the closest would be Christmas, of course, but Christmas is all about eating rather than fasting and then eating. And it's a very different experience. It's a very special experience.
Najma, a U.S. citizen experiencing Ramadan in Algeria for the first time, shared her delight in the traditional dishes and the palpable spirit of Ramadan that extends beyond iftar and continues throughout the night.
I grew up in the U.S. It's my first time celebrating Ramadan here. I think it's really fun to be able to have kind of this aspect of community with everyone here and do iftars and go out downtown after iftar and all of that. And the food is really good, which I'm really enjoying.
She also draws parallels between Ramadan and certain Christian celebrations that call for self-discipline and a deeper spiritual connection.
It's similar to Thanksgiving, and it's kind of similar to the Christian tradition of Lent, where it's you give up certain things. It's not giving up all food and water during the day, but it's you give up certain things that maybe aren't good for you or habits that aren't good for you, kind of like Ramadan, in order to become better. So it's kind of similar. But yeah.
Start fasting?
Yeah, I have a few days, yeah. It's hard, but it's good. It's very rewarding at the end of the day, but it's hard, yeah.
As we reflect on these connections, we recognize that the celebrations of faith and community transcend religious boundaries. In Algeria, these shared values cultivate respect and understanding among diverse cultures. As we navigate through this sacred month, let us remember the essence of Ramadan, a time for empathy, gratitude, and community spirit. It invites us all, regardless of our backgrounds, to pause, reflect, and come together to celebrate what truly matters. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Ramadan in Algeria. From all of us here at Radio Algeria International, we wish Ramadan Mubarak to everyone observing or experiencing it for the first time.
Algiers was called Al-Bahja, or Algiers the White, for the glistening white of its buildings as seen rising up from the sea. Algiers is situated on the west side of a bay of the Mediterranean Sea. Behja Rahal was born on July 1962 in Algiers. Behja Rahal comes from a family of musicians, but she's the only one to have made a career in music, particularly Andalusian music, a difficult and selective genre. In fact, the practice of this kind of music requires both a mastery of the instrument and a perfect voice.